So could it be
Call
that
me
an outdated
Podcast Gene.
scientific
More
theory and
info,
maybe some
ways to get involved.
bias? Could that have led to this incredibly serious miscarriage of justice?
Yeah, it's a really interesting case that really makes you think about how our understanding of science, especially in the courtroom, it can evolve so much over time.
Right, and how much those changes can affect people's lives. Like sometimes the consequences are just life-altering. So let's start with the basics of the case. What happened on January 31st, 2002 in Palestine, Texas?
Well, that's the day that Robertson's daughter, Nikki Curtis, she passed away. She was only 2 years old and she'd had a fever and she'd been acting really lethargic. And then at some point, Nikki just stopped breathing. And Robertson, he rushed her to the hospital, but she didn't make it.
So just an absolute nightmare for a parent. What happened after that? Did the doctors suspect something right away?
They did. They saw bleeding in the brain swelling, and bleeding in the eyes. So based on these three symptoms, they suspected abuse and diagnosed Nikki with shaken baby syndrome. But, this diagnosis, it was pretty new at the time. And the medical community was still trying to figure out exactly what it was.
And that's where things get a little more complicated, right? Because now we know that those symptoms don't always mean that a baby was shaken.
That's exactly right. We now know that infections, genetic disorders, even accidents, those can all cause the same symptoms as shaken baby syndrome. And sadly, this wasn't really explored that much at Robertson's trial.